Hey everybody, started making beef jerky yesterday. I didn't catch the first steps of it, but I wanted to show you the almost final product. What we got here, we're making beef jerky at home. It was a little over 2 pounds, like a 2.2 pound roast. And for that, you'll see when I throw it on the dehydrator how thick I sliced it. The thinner the better. I like it kind of tough and not so much chewy. These slices are a little thicker than I would like, but they'll be okay. They'll probably just take a little bit longer to dehydrate to the consistency I like. What we use is 1 cup of soy sauce, a half a cup of water, 3/4 cups of dark brown sugar. If you don't have dark brown sugar and you only have brown sugar, or you only have white sugar, you can add molasses in. It'll pretty much do about the same thing. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of liquid smoke, and then the last things I didn't measure, I just throw them in. Pepper, black pepper, garlic and onion powder. I threw in some Frank's Red Hot because it was sitting out, and then I also have the Tony Chachere's like peppery salted stuff. I threw that in there too. I didn't write it up here on my board, but that's what went into the beef jerky for it to marinate for 24 hours. This is how I marinated. You could see that. It's just a mixing bowl, and then I threw in all of what I just wrote up. I just threw this empty bowl on top to hold it down into the liquid so that it was completely covered. Last time I did this, there was a couple pieces that were sticking out and they didn't get as much marinade into them, so they weren't as flavorful. Okay, so I'll show you throwing it on the dehydrator. Alright, so to dehydrate, it's really simple. You're going to take your meat and place it on your dehydrator trays, not overlapping anything. Whoops. And you can see it's probably 3/16 of an inch thick. I just try to get as many drips off. It'll drip down. It'll just make more cleaning up if you don't let all that liquid drip off as much as possible. So we're just going to lay it out like so. Fill up all the trays. You want to go for a more lean beef when you're going to dehydrate, because the fat could turn rancid. You can see this has a little bit of fat throughout, which I like the flavor of it. But you can't keep it around too long or it'll go bad. But that's okay because it doesn't last too long around here. You probably hear my daughter saying yummy. Yummy. Alright, so we're just going to fill up all of these trays. Well, as many as we need to. Yummy. Shh, please. Go on outside.
I love beef jerky.
I know, me too.
I love your beef jerky.
You love my beef jerky? My beef jerky's pretty good, I have to admit. So, it's obviously a hit with the kids. It's a hit with me too. I like Jack's Links, and this to me is about like Jack's Links. It's a little different flavor because you know, anything homemade isn't going to taste just like the real deal, but you know, it's about the same flavor. Like the Jack's Links original is about what this is like. If you like that, you'll probably like your homemade beef jerky. This slice, it's a little thick. It's, I don't know, probably a 1/4 inch thick. But my wife likes them kind of chewy. So that'll be her piece. But this goes for about 8 hours. Maybe a little longer probably with these thicker pieces. what I do is the thinner pieces I'll just pull off early, so they don't get too hard, and then let it go for another couple hours towards the end. Let's see, what else do I need to say about this? It will make the house smell amazing. That's about it. Yeah. This particular dehydrator is a 700 watt dehydrator. It's the Nesco brand. I was dehydrating some zucchini and I didn't clean my trays yet, so if they look gross, that's what it is. Probably should have washed them, but anyways, this dehydrator requires four trays for it to run efficiently, so it can't have any fewer than that, and it can go up to 11, I believe. So that's all we got. We can only fill this tray up about halfway, but that's 4 trays. So I should have grabbed a rag. I'm gonna make a mess here. Throw your head unit on here. Better go grab a rag, and then I'll be back. I'll plug that in and I'll show you. There's a little temperature range gauge on the top. Alright. So, this unit has a thermostat on it, so you can make it go higher or lower in temperature. Beef jerky, it says meats, jerky, and fish is 160 degrees, so that's as high as it goes. And then this one doesn't have an on and off switch, it just starts as soon as you plug it in. Plug it in and let it go until it's 11 o'clock right now. Probably about 7 o'clock tonight, maybe 8, maybe even 9 o'clock. This will be done. And it's that simple, and it's amazing. I didn't get my meat on sale or anything. I wish I would have. It was I misread the package. I thought it was 4 pounds for $2.50 a pound. So I thought I was getting a really great deal, and then when I opened it up, I was like, "Oh, I misread that." It was $4.30 a pound for, and it was like 2.2 or 2.3 pounds, but it was like $4.30 a pound. So it ended up being like $12. I don't know what you'd estimate the marinade costs. A cup of soy sauce, probably, let's just say $1, and then maybe $2. So this whole process was $14 for me. But I have to weigh. I'll weigh this, and I'll see how much it yields once all the moisture is drawn out. But I just bought a pound of beef jerky, and it was on sale for $12. But on sale, when they're not on sale, they're like $18. So it's better tasting, I think, and if you do it right, if you get your meat on sale, which I thought I was, you can do it a little bit cheaper than store-bought, and keeps the dehydrator running. Oops. Alright, so we'll come back in about 8 hours or 9 hours or so, and we'll take a look and weigh all of that and see how many pounds of beef jerky we yield out of, I want to say, 2.3 pounds. Hey everybody, gonna go ahead and check on the jerky. It's been about 4.5 hours on here, so let's take a quick look at what we got going on. You can see some of this stuff starting to look pretty good. This piece here had a little bit of fat on it, and you can see the fat is still gooey, still kind of fatty. That's why you want to try to get that stuff off of there as much as possible. Let's take this little piece, little thinner piece off, and we'll break it apart here in a second. Here's how all these trays look. Some of these fatter pieces are still kind of rubbery. They're going to take a few hours extra. But it's coming along nicely. We got a couple smaller pieces down here that are starting to firm up as well. But it's starting to look like jerky now. It's been smelling really good too for a while. Alright, here's what we got. Let me come in a little closer on this. Focus this on the jerky. You can see it pulls apart nicely. You can see it looks like it's nice and dry. This piece is actually pretty ready. It's got a good flavor. And this one was done. It's not all done, not all of it, but this piece in particular. That's why it's really important to try to cut all your pieces the same thickness so they dry equally. That's true with anything that you're dehydrating. That's some really good flavor. Real good flavor. Alright, well, I'll try not to eat any more. When that's done, we'll weigh it all. See what 2.3 pounds yields. Thanks for watching. Alright, it's 9 hours later, and my beef jerky is done. So let's take a look. Comes out pretty dark, and like I said, some of the pieces had a little bit of fat, so there's going to be a little bit of fat dripping off of them. But that's the stuff you just have to eat earlier, because it'll go rancid if you don't. This was a little over 2-pound roast. We're going to see how many pounds that yields in jerky. Alright, we are right at 1 pound. So we lost about 1 1/3 pounds to moisture. And just quickly estimating, earlier I said about $14 roughly for this pound of jerky, which is about comparable to the grocery store. If I would have got my roast on sale, it would have been much less than that. So that's it. That's the jerky, and I've already sampled some, and it's pretty good. It's real similar to Jack's Link's original. So give it a try. Use the recipe and let me know what you think. Thanks.